Hello everyone, welcome to a new video for Chainlink price prediction based on Elliott wave analysis. And starting on the weekly chart, we are looking of course here on our all-time history for the link. And we are looking at several scenarios that it might unfold between bullish and bearish. I'm going to explain of course each one of them and what is the highest possibility between them, of course, to see in the next days and weeks, of course. So we have here a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 towards the upside, finishing wave A or a wave 1. After both case scenario, you would like to see, of course, a corrective wave. In this case, in link, we have a very complex structure, which is W, X, and Y, X, and Z. And that because, of course, of this final sideways structure, which is related to this structure as well, which is corrective here in several, of course, the zigzag for the X as well for the Y, same for the X, and finally for the Z. And if we take a look here, we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 as an impulse, of course, toward the upside, finishing a wave 1. And probably, of course, after it, A, B, C toward the downside, and 1, 2, 3, and then 4. And we're still looking for a wave 5, probably to finish, of course, this impulse for higher prices as at least A, B, and a C in a zigzag. If this finish as ABC as a zigzag here and start to move toward the downside, of course it is a crossroad for us here for this magenta scenario where it might unfold, of course, a bigger ABC, meaning it's a bigger correction, A, B, and a C toward the downside. Now, in this case, of course, you would like to move back, of course, for higher prices once, of course, you finish this correction toward the downside and triggering, of course, higher prices. Now, of course, here we are looking at another scenario, which is in the blue, where we have finished a wave 1 and then wave 2, which is very complex structure. We're finishing, of course, a wave 2 here, and then starting a wave 1, 2, and then 3, 4, and a 5 towards the upside in the blue count, of course, to finish around the 1.618 for the wave 3, and then 4 and a 5, of course, for higher prices. Now, this scenario, of course, requires the first step that we were talking about it here, which is, of course, higher prices, a wave 5 to finish, of course, this impulse, and then say, of course, that we can continue probably, if not in this crossroad that we move down, of course, therefore we have to move down in both case scenario, but we have to find, of course, ground very early and then start to move for higher. Otherwise, then we are moving directly for a wave C towards the downside in A, B, and a C. Now, of course, this wave C can move towards the downside from the current price action. And that is in only one case scenario where you have finished here as W, X, and a Y, of course, where your W can be this one, W, X, and a Y. Because this wave is not finished as an impulse, then you have to consider it as corrective three waves toward the upside, of course, finishing this W, X, and a Y again, of course, and moving toward the downside. Because you have three waves down here and then three corrective waves, you might move towards the downside again for a wave C. And meaning, of course, in this case scenario, you will extend your wave 2 here and then your wave B to this side, meaning your wave C in the yellow count might of course unfold later, or your wave 3 in the blue count also might unfold later on. So yeah, in this case scenario, I would say that these are the most case possibilities that we can see now on this chart. Now, how we can see, of course, what is the highest possibility. Now, WXY is in danger, I would say, is like showing some strength, meaning we might probably moving towards the downside, but that is a signal, that is a price action where we can say, of course, that yes, the price might move toward the downside, and this is, of course, when we see, yeah, here we have, of course, an impulse. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, and probably correction for your wave 2, A, B, C, and an expanding flat. And now we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. However, if this move towards the downside stops around the 1-to-1 fib level here exactly, which is a $14, then therefore this can still end as a corrective zigzag towards the downside and then continue with this move towards the upside, of course, from this price here. Yeah. In case that we come to this area in the 1-to-1 fib level and we continue down, so let's put this signal exactly here. So from this price, of course, we're gonna have a price decision in this price at $14. If the price will break a zigzag fib level, meaning this is an impulse 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, as you can see, yes, it is very, very low prices until we get a decision. Unfortunately, there is no other ways. But of course, you know, these are possibilities, guys. And yeah, the possibilities are very even here between bullish and bearish. If we want to move for higher or for lower. However, you have to estimate the overall market situation, of course, and see how, yeah, the psychology of the market right now, it might help you, of course. And as you can see here, we have a very high amount of volume, of course, finishing our wave 3. Definitely, this was a wave 3. And then for 5, but it can be your wave C here, meaning A, B, and a C. So it can be finished in a Y. And if you are finishing in a Y, don't forget that this can be a 1, a 2, and then 3, 4, and a 5 towards the downside in the red or magenta scenario, let's say. Yeah, so everything is possible, and yeah, we have to watch, of course, I mean, and trade safe. This is the most important thing to do, of course, the right decision. Yeah, based on all these scenarios, and of course, it's not easy. I mean, trading is not easy. I'm not saying that this can be very easy, but what I'm saying that you can, of course, estimate the overall situation and see, of course, how the market environment right now is, and if it is, of course, open for higher or for lower prices. For me, higher possibility is for the bearish, to be honest. I mean, yeah, I know that we are looking here at probably an impulse, but also the price action is not helping so much. Maybe we still have, I mean, I would decide, of course, at the $14. So currently, that is lower prices. $14. After this, of course, I have to re-estimate the situation. We cannot say that from now we are moving bearish before getting the price decision, right? So, but for me, for now, it is a short-term bearish, of course, and then moving for higher. But moving so much low and then such an impulse is a little bit, yeah, also much more potential of bearish market or bearish scenario opening probably for the next weeks. That was it for Link. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your likes and comments. See you in the next one. Bye bye.